So changing the flywheel devolved into pulling the transmission completely out, which changed into, well, while I've got the transmission out, I'll pull the oil pan. It's in the floor of my bedroom. It's in there somewhere. Sorry. Which turned into let me change the oil pan gasket while I've got the transmission out of the way. Which turned into, oh, I've got to take one of the motor mounts off. Which turned into, I got to pick the engine up with the cherry picker. Which turned into, do I just want to just take this motor all the way out and take the 306 and put in here? I don't know, still considering it. Guess it depends on what I find when I pull the oil pan. We'll find out. Yep, we'll find out. Oops. 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 Landon, say oops. Okay, poop head. So guys, you know I pulled the engine out of my truck and the engine stands sinking. Don't pay no attention to that. I gotta get that piece of plate steel up here and put it under it. Big block sink when it rains. Yeah, okay. Anyway, here's the two bearings. They would have set in the engine like this. Rearmost main bearing, rearmost rod bearing. I looked up the oil path on this. It comes from the filter, goes up through the first main bearing and cam bearing, goes up, goes down the passenger side and feeds every main bearing and cam bearing to the back. So, with that being said, what I'm going to do, yeah, I gotta fix that. That was a water leak. Is pull this intake. I haven't pulled this intake since 2009. What is that, 12 years? Since I bought the engine. So, I'm gonna pull this intake. I'm gonna pull a couple lifters, especially the lifter I put in it all those years ago, and see what it looks like. And we'll go from there. So, I'll see y'all back in a little bit when I got most of this stuff off. For the first time since 2009, this intake's about to come off. I just broke the seal a minute ago. Let's see. Fucking studs. Y'all seen it for the first time? Probably before me, actually. Damn, that looks really good. That looks really, really good. At one point in time, I had a guy trying to tell me that my motor had sludge in it because I had my oil pressure problem. But anybody see any amount of sludge on the inside of this engine? I don't. Any loose rockers? No. That one seemed kind of tight. Alright. So, cam lobes I see look good. That one's got a real good spin pattern on it. Let me see if I can get the light on. Focus. Alright, fine. Yep. Alright. So, y'all see. This is the EFI 460. Let's see. Valve stem looks good. Valve stem looks good. Valve stem looks good. There's my leaker. Or one of my leakers. Oh, that one's dry. That one's dry. That one's wet. So it needs valve seals. Which I knew that. But that could have been what them little pieces of plastic were. Alright, let me get one of these valve covers off and pull one of these lifters and see what it looks like. I'm going to pull the furthest, so I want to pull this one or that one. Well, y'all. Oh, they're pretty. They're pretty. I think this is the one that I put in all them years ago. It's either this one or this one that I put in. I'm not sure. This is one that I never touched. Oh, look at that. Ain't it just so pretty? And it slides in and out real easy. That's what she said. So, here we go. Push rods. Seeing as I can't remember if it was this one or this one, I'm going to pull this one too. I'm going to try and do this one on camera. Alright, seeing as I ain't making no headway with that, I'm going to say it was this one. So, yep. Alright, let me get this back together. Alright guys, so the box on your right is an older box. But they're both Clevite 77s. They're tri-metal bearings, exactly like what I pulled out of there. Exact number, all that good stuff. Ooh, where are you going? Alright, let's see. Focus. Come on, focus, bitch. There we go. Here we go. We need light. Okay. Maybe. Anyway. 818 P30. You might be able to see it better on this one. Don't have that number on there. Okay. Anyway, 818 P30. Okay, so these are the exact same bearings. This one says Clemex. So this is an older bearing than a Clevite. So, oh look, you can read it now. Okay. So, you see the marks where it's been sitting in the crank. The crosshatch marks where the block was line honed. So this motor was really built very well. And then this is what your bearing on the right is supposed to look like, and the bearing on the left is oil starvation. Actually, that's backwards. So anyway, y'all forgive me for the length and the idiocracy. But yeah. I want to ask y'all a question. What engine does it look like I care about more? The 350 or the old 466? Because I have not ordered any internal parts for the 350, which I'm trying to order a kit, and I just need to quit doing that and start ordering it one piece at a time, like Johnny Cash tries to say. I got it one piece at a time. Didn't cost me a dime. It did cost me a dime. It cost me $40 or something for these bearings. I'm not putting sealed power bearings in my engine. I'm not gonna do it. Y'all seen, ooh, look at that. I was getting water in that intake port. Thing ran good for that bad intake gasket. I never changed it when I pulled the intake off all them years ago. So, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna take y'all down here in just a second and show y'all the crank. Do y'all want to see something ironic? You see that right there? That's a piece of the old lifter that blew up years ago that apparently I did not get out of my engine. I'm coming. But yeah, apparently it's been bouncing around in there for 12 years. Yay! Alright guys. Oh, y'all gotta forget the moanings and shit. Got a sore shoulder. It's cramping actually. Anyway, 460 intake. Cleaned it up. Everybody wants to know, always ask me why I didn't just put a carbureted intake on there. Number one, the bolt pattern and the head layout is different. Number two, if I was to put an intake and heads on there, it would have this heat crossover that goes under the intake that connects the two heads together for a heated choke or anything like that, as seen here. So what that does is it heats up under the carburetor and it's supposed to improve efficiency. But really all it does is boil your gas charge before it gets to your cylinders. So in all actuality, this one being completely closed chamber heads and all that good stuff has no heat crossover under it to heat it up. Really it kind of needs a heat shield to keep the oil off of it, as you see here. And I might try to come up with something like that, but that's for future progress. I was just cleaning all this up. Honestly, I found a couple issues that I did not know I had. And I figured I'd compare these intakes here. See, it's dual plane on the inside. I've got a 1-inch spacer to split the flow. As you see over here, it's pretty much the same, don't it? If I was to take this plate off, ow, you'd see this bolt pattern like turn sideways, but it squeezed together a little bit. And that was the main difference between putting a carburetor on it and leaving it fuel injected. There is a company that makes an all aluminum plate that I haven't been able to afford. I believe I'm going to go ahead and bite the bullet and buy the plate eventually. But for the time being, that gray truck over there, can't even see it, might donate his drivetrain for that one to be on the road. Because I would really like to have another running driving truck. Only issue with that is insurance can't find that truck because it's got a Canadian VIN number for whatever reason. I've always only had luck with the big insurance companies being able to find that truck. So, anyway, the 460's in progress, and we'll come back to y'all. Said it'd never be on the streets again. Oh, boy. They didn't come here by trailer, boy. Putnam County stunts time. With the cold AC.